Osho is all for individuality. However, I feel that egoism can be mistaken as individuality. At what stage is it safe for a sannyasin to live their individuality? I had in the past mistaken the ego as being an individual. How do I avoid this mistake?
Now speak in parts.
Osho is all for individuality.
Okay, stop. What do you mean by Osho is all for individuality?
That means he emphasized on being true to yourself and not being the person that society force upon you.
So you are saying Osho is all for individuality. What about other Buddhas? They are not for individuality. That is what you mean?
I don't know about other Buddhas, Swami.
So what do you mean by individuality?
Individual means you be the person that nature wants you to be.
What is nature?
Existence.
No, they are not same. What is nature? If you be according to the nature, you will become an animal. Nature is not interested that you go beyond animal. It is the obsession of human being that they want. They are not satisfied being an animal. Are you satisfied being an animal?
No.
Then why you said nature wants? Nature is not at all interested. Nature accepts. Nature is not at all interested in you. It is all product of our mind. Even if you become an animal, nature will not interfere. If you start walking on all the four, do you think nature will come and say you are doing something wrong? Stop it. That if you start walking on all your four, do you think nature will come and stop you?
No, nature will not.
Then just be natural.
Yes.
So start working on all your four from tomorrow.
No lah, Swami. I don't want to be an animal lah, Swami.
I have told you so many times. Once you have become human being, now it is your responsibility whether you want to go further or not. If you want to remain an unconscious human being like most of the people, you can remain for millennia. Nature is not interested. What is the value of this earth for existence, for this infinite cosmos? We are just nothing, just a drop. We have this illusion that human being is something very special. As the Bible says, I have made you in my image. I have made the fall of the air for you and the fishes for you. Claim them, dominate over them, establish your mastery over them. And this is what the West is doing since then. They want to control everything. They want to crush everyone because everything is made for them. The roots of all diseases are in these books. The greatest thing in Islam is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So what they say is that they cannot bow before anyone other than Allah. But where you have seen Allah? If you cannot bow your head in front of someone who is higher than you, then how you will grow? That's why they are so egoistic about it. They think this is something very great, but this is the reason for all their destructive mind. They are so egoistic, they have such superiority complex. They believe they are holier than thou. But you have to find the root from where these things are coming. When you are not ready to surrender, and the whole Islam, the very word Islam in reality means submission. But where you will submit? If you are a person who is ready to learn, who is receptive, you can bow down your head anywhere. You can learn from anywhere. In India there is a master whose name is Dattatreya. He has about 21 gurus. From anyone he learned the secrets of life. He accepted as his guru. And in that, dog was also included. Maybe river was also there. I don't know who were the people, I don't remember. But he learned from whomsoever he learned, he accepted as his guru. So when you are ready to learn, that is the sign of being a disciple. And if you are not ready to learn, how you will grow spiritually? The very word individuality means indivisible. And all the Buddhas, the whole search of all the Buddhas, the whole inner search is to find out this individuality. Something within you which cannot be further divided, which cannot be divided. If you are identified with your body, then you cannot be an individual. Because body is unconscious. If you are guided by this body, you will remain an unconscious being, just like an animal. If you are identified with your thoughts, how can you become an individual? Because thoughts goes on changing. There can be billions and millions and trillions of thoughts. So how you can become an individual? If you are identified with your emotions, with your feeling, with your mood, these are changing things. They are waves in the ocean. You have to find the depth of the ocean, the very depth, the ultimate depth. Only when you become conscious, you will become an individual. Otherwise, you cannot become an individual. So all the Buddhas, not only a Osho, they want you to be an individual. But you cannot be an individual until and unless you find your real nature. Until and unless there is self-realization. Until and unless you come to know yourself. That is what Socrates said. Know thyself first. But if you want to know yourself, you will have to first be yourself. Go on rejecting everything which you have accumulated. This is what in India is called neti neti. Not this, not this. You are not this body because this body is yours. You are not this body. You are not your thoughts because thought is yours. It comes and goes. You can be only that which is, which was, which is, and which will be. You are not your emotions. You are not your feeling. These are all waves. These are all clouds in the infinite sky of this consciousness. You are this witnessing consciousness. Only when you become choicelessly aware, then you are an individual. It is very easy. It is very pleasurable, very comfortable and suitable to think that ego is your individuality. That is the mistake everyone will make, because when you are very integrated, you look. When you are very egoistic, you look little integrated. When you are identified with your I, what is this I? You think you are this body, or maybe you are thinking you are your thoughts, you are your thinking, you are your mind, or you are your heart. That means your emotion, feeling, mood, etc. So with anything, if you are very strongly identified, it will create a certain integration. It will look. If you are identified with one thing very strongly, it will look like that you are an individual, but it is false individuality. Until and unless you find your very center, without which you cannot exist, you are not an individual. There is something in you which is aware of everything, whether it is your body, whether it is your thoughts, it is your emotion, your mood, which experiences everything, which is behind everything. If the consciousness is not present, you disappear, you are dead. That is what death is. If you want to taste something, the presence of consciousness is needed. If you want to see anything, consciousness is needed behind it. Otherwise, you cannot see anything. Even the dead man has an eye, has the eyes, but he cannot see. The presence of consciousness is needed. If consciousness is not present, anyone touching you will not feel anything. You are dead. You will not experience the touch. You will not experience this smell of anything if consciousness is not there. You cannot hear anything if consciousness is not there. Once you know you are the consciousness, then all these clouds are all right. Then there is no problem. You can use your thoughts, you can use your feeling, because now you are the master. You can use everything. There is no need even to get obsessed that you will always remain empty, you will always remain in a thoughtless state. Then you have created another prison. If the ocean is there, waves will be there. Enjoy those waves. But be the master. Know that these waves are yours. You are not those waves. You are the knower of all those waves. You are this knowing consciousness. If you are conscious, if it is needed, you can get angry also sometime. If someone is going to harm your body, you have every right to protect yourself. Don't try to be a pseudo saint. Be a real person. Don't try to be a perfect man, otherwise you will land into a madhouse. You will become perfectly mad person. Just be established in this consciousness. Then this is a stage where you have to play your role. Don't be a handicapped person. When anger is needed, use it. When feeling is needed, you should be able to feel also. Otherwise you are a dead person. Sometimes tears are needed. It's not that if you are enlightened you cannot cry ever. When tears come, accept that also. If you want to be a perfect person, you will become a dead person. What is this second sentence?
However, I feel that egoism can be mistaken as individuality.
If you are not conscious, then ego will be your master. So whatever you have, you will have this illusion that this is individuality. If you are not conscious, you will get identified with something or other, whether with your body or with your thinking or with your feeling. And when the consciousness is identified with anything, that is, the ego is created. What is this third line? Third sentence.
At what stage is it safe for a sannyasin to live their individuality?
When the consciousness has become like your very breath, when you are conscious without your effort, you don't have to do any technique, you don't have to make any effort, and you remain conscious, then you are an individual. But don't seek safety. Otherwise, there is only one safety, that is in the graveyard. When you enter into your grave, you are safe. Lao Tzu has said, the very journey is the destination. Don't create false destinations. Go on moving, go on moving. It is an infinite journey, never ending journey. What is the next sentence?
I had in the past mistaken the ego as being an individual. How do I avoid this mistake?
There is no how to anything. The only way is to be more conscious. The more conscious you are, the less ego will dominate you. The less conscious you are, the more egoistic you will be. Or if being conscious is little difficult for you, then purify your feeling, but still make effort to be more conscious. Whatever is natural, if love is a natural way for you, but then don't project stupid thing as love. That's why meditation is needed for everyone, so that you are aware whether you are moving in the right way or you are just dreaming. Is it clear?
Yes, clear, Swami. If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.